Jai Mata. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige. Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Regardless of their station in life, mothers saw to it that money was put in their names so that they would have something of their own. If their health was not good, she got them the needed tonics and medicines. Dresses and all other necessities were given to them by mother herself. She encouraged them to study and speak about her teachings to bring out their inherent capabilities. They were fortunate to have constant contact with Mother and Tara Devi. I became close to all the girls because Mother had given them permission to come to my flat often so that I could speak to them about my early experiences with Mother and of her teachings. Prominent among the girls was Vatsala, who was elder to most of them. She had been employed in the syndicate bank in Udupi. In the early days, she came every Sunday to Shaktinagar for Mother's darshan, and I used to meet her. Great was Mother's love for her, and I realized, seeing her staunch faith, devotion, and surrender, that she was one chosen for Mother's work. Later, she left her job and came to settle down in Shaktinagar to serve Mother. Vatsala became very close to me because of our shared love for bhajans, and she would come often to me to learn music. Dr. Sudekha was one of the first girls to dedicate herself to Mother's cause. She had the blessing to be in close attendance on Mother, and great was the tender love Mother had for her. I can never forget the way Sudekha looked after me all those years, whenever I was unwell. Medha was another gifted girl with an innate grasping power to study Mother's teachings. She was the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. B.R. Broadwalker. They belonged to a well-known family in Pune. Mr. Broadwalker was an eminent businessman in Pune. His mother was a devoted disciple of Mother. With Mother's contact and Upadesh, their lives were transformed. Mr. Broadwalker became a governing body member, and even before the inception of Shaktinagar, he donated a dormitory for girls in memory of his mother. In 1973, he passed away while at Shaktinagar attaining Sayujya in the lotus feet of Mother. Divine Mother often said that in the 4 years of his discipleship, he held aloft the glorious ideal of a true Shishya with his utter dedication to Mother. The power of Mother's compassion annihilated the anguish of the bereaved family and granted them wonderful courage and peace. His wife, son, and daughter made their home in Shaktinagar in complete surrender to Mother and her mission. At the time of the Advent, Mukti or Sayujya is granted in different ways which are beyond our comprehension. In 1958, my elder sister, a great disciple of Mother, was taken ill and passed away in Madras. My mother was alive when this tragedy happened, and Divine Mother was staying with us at that time. We witnessed the miracle of Divine Mother absorbing the agonized sorrow of my aged mother and granting her a peace that endured till the end of her days. At such times, the question may come in some why Mother did not intervene and save that life. But Mother had made me understand that there are times when such souls cannot linger in the body, and then release comes as bestowal of moksha. The Avadar alone knows what to give and what not to give. Diverse are the ways of their intervention. In one place, saving a life, in another, the granting of moksha. I remember vividly one incident what happened in Shaktinagar. A young man, the son of C.M. Velayathan Pillai of Trivandrum, a staunch disciple of Mother, was suddenly taken ill, and life was all but extinct. But at that moment, there surfaced in Mother her omnipotent power, and she assured the Father that his son would live. And wonderful to relate, he was saved. We cannot question why in one place she intervened and in another was allowed. What we have to realize is that all divine acts are impelled by unbounded compassion alone. Mother has said that the doors of deliverance are opened when God moves on earth as the avatar. Once in Mangalore, as Mother was walking through the road to Sadhana Mandir, a funeral procession passed by. Suddenly the soul of that departed one came before Mother, craving moksha. In the midst of that busy road, with people and vehicles jostling each other, a pause in time, a second, and in unseen realms the divine gift of moksha was given. How it happened, why it happened, we do not know. Suffice for us to know that by a mere act of divine will, Mother can grant salvation. We came to know of this supernal incident only because Mother once spoke of it in some context. Unfelt and unseen by us, how many must have received boons of such supreme mercy? Many years back, when Mother was living in Tellicherry, one day she was going somewhere with some lady devotees. On the way they saw a large pond in the distance. It was a lonely, desolate place, and even the earth was barren of green grass or shrubs. Abruptly, Mother turned and walked towards the pond. The ladies hastened after Mother, saying she should not go near the pond, as it was haunted, and no one even went near or touched the water. For moments, Mother stood silent and still, then moved forward and gently touched the water with her right toe. At her touch, there arose from the water a celestial figure of great beauty. The Gandharva bowed down before Mother and said he had been cursed from ancient times to dwell in that pond till the time of the advent of Devi, whose touch alone would redeem him. Singing the glories of Devi, the form disappeared. The ladies stood aghast, anxiety in their minds, for they could not see or understand anything. They saw only the Mother standing in deep absorption, her hands raised in the blessing. In this age of disbelief, governed by Maya, who can understand such godly acts? When God comes as Jagat Guru, it is the manifestation of God's grace on earth. Man cannot glimpse the dimensions of that grace which touches and transforms soul in seen and unseen realms. I am reminded here of the glorious words in Guru Gita praising the peerless nature of the Guru. Devotion to the Guru is the most sacred tirtha. Without that devotion, all pilgrimages are in vain. Know that all places of pilgrimages rest in the Guru's feet. The thump of Guru's right foot is the support and source of all that is sacred and divine. Where to begin and where to end is the feeling I get when I start to write of Mother. Her words, her actions are all pointers to a life which should be a perfect synthesis of work as worship coexisting with wisdom and unalloyed devotion. From her on, life of tapasya in Grihasthashrama is born the unique illumined path with the harmonious blending of bhakti, karma and jnana. The whole foundation of our sadhana is the recognition and realization of who Mother is. There is the declaration of Mother. God is the Lord of all yogas, Yogeshwara. By becoming the avatar, he traverses all the paths and himself becomes the path. Knower of all the minds and all the paths, he can lead mankind along various paths. He is the truth, the path as well as the goal. Herein is the nucleus of our sadhana. Mother is both Brahman and Shakti. She of endless power, as the Guru grants the Atma-upadesha to traverse the path of wisdom. Her mystic touch opens the inner eye of illumination and the interior path of sadhana opens out with meditation, contemplation and self-enquiry. From the moment of initiation, the meaning of the Mahavakya begins to pulsate in the inner mind. I am not the body or the mind, nor the intellect, but the eternal Atman. A profound awakening gradually dawns of the perishable nature of the body and the imperishable nature of the indwelling self. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mother.